Hi.
Hi, this is Katie Proctor, the owner of BwP Pictures here in Portland, Oregon.
And this is writer and critic Douglas Volk.
And there's comics that came out this week that we're super excited about.
Let's talk about Peter Cannon Thunderbolt.
Peter Cannon Thunderbolt #1.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Who made this comic, Douglas?
Kieran Gillen wrote it, Casper Wengard did the art, Mary Safra is the colorist, and Hassan Otsman Elhau is the letterer. And the caption is, it's 35 minutes into the future.
Who is Peter Cannon?
Peter Cannon is a minor Charlton Comics character from the 1960s. He was created by a guy named Peter Morisi, who continued to own the rights to the character and whose estate continues to own the rights to the character. So it's licensed by Dynamite. So this is Kieran Gillen writing a work-for-hire superhero comic book for the first time in a while, because the other interesting thing about Peter Cannon Thunderbolt is that he is the basis for Ozymandias from Watchmen.
Yep. So...
It's 35 minutes into the future. Does that 35 minutes ring any bells?
So, Peter Cannon Thunderbolt is Kieran Gillen writing
Watchmen number 13.
Writing Watchmen number 13.
Yeah. It has a 9-panel grid.
It really does.
Except for the first few pages, which are all splash pages, like Watchmen 12.
I so don't want to spoil this for you.
Yeah.
And I also want to scream and yell about the very silly, delightful meta comics comic that this is. And if you have any feelings at all about Watchmen, any feelings, good feelings, bad feelings, angry feelings, wizard feelings, I don't know. If you have any feelings at all about Watchmen, you need to pick up this book.
Yes.
Now, I mean, it's no secret that Douglas and I are giant Kieran Gillen fans. We talk about The Wicked and the Divine, I don't know, every 8th issue or something. We are over the moon about. This is another one of those. I can't contain myself. I was tweeting about this book at midnight last night.
It's really good.
It's really good.
It is an experience you want to have.
It's beautiful and thoughtful and silly.
Also out this week, Age of X-Men Alpha.
Oh, lovely in a different way.
This is written by Zach Thompson and Lonnie Nadler, drawn by Ramon Rosales. The color artist is Triona Farrell. The letterer is Clayton Cowles from DC. I so wish this had been Uncanny X-Men #1 a couple of months ago. It's a really clever, really thoughtful, new take on X-Men stuff.
So, spoiler from the end of X-Men, Uncanny X-Men number
10?
10?
Yeah.
Which ended with X-Man Nathan Summers winning his battle, blowing it all up. The world ends, all is darkness. X-Men are gone. And then some dude in red shades shows up, and that's the end of our book. We come in here into a weird, some amount of time later.
It is a world that is not our world. It is a perfect world.
It's a utopian arrangement full of mutants. Mutants everywhere. Happy mutants. Mutants who are treated with compassion when they discover their powers, no matter how destructively. Mutants that are shepherded through their days by this beautiful team of X-Men.
Mutants who have been allowed to finally realize their potential. Now,
it's pretty nice, actually. It seems like a good place.
Don't be so hasty about that. Now, there's a couple historical antecedents to this. The obvious one is Age of X-Men. This is sort of a replay of Age of Apocalypse from the mid-90s, when all the regular X-Men books were replaced by these miniseries set in this alternate world in which Nate Gray was also involved. And that's what's sort of happening with this. There's 5 or 6 spin-off miniseries that are going to be running for the next few months, all of which
are flagged in this book with a little editor's asterisk. So if you've looked at the solicits and you're like, what's up with all these miniseries? Read this book, and it will give you the directions you need to figure out which of those you want to pre-order from your local comic shop, because I promise your comic shop owner doesn't know how to order them. But they're all teased here, so it's a great place to figure that out.
So the first historical antecedent is Age of Apocalypse, because this is the setup of Age of Apocalypse played all over again. But it's not the same as that. The second historical antecedent is House of M, from 2003, 2004 or so, which was Age of Apocalypse inverted. That's a utopia. Everything's great for the mutants. This looks like that. This is not that story. This is a real different kind of story, and it's smart and it's clever as anything, and it's really pretty to look at. And I want to see where all of these things are going.
Yeah.
There are some major twists that, once again, not going to spoil. But
There's some great twists. There's some really lovely designy stuff that just really works. It's
and there's Nature Girl
and there's grown-up Nature Girl
with antlers.
I'm a real sucker for Nature Girl. My daughter dressed up as Nature Girl a couple years ago for Halloween, and it was the best thing. And now we have grown-up Nature Girl. Her antlers got bigger.
Yeah.
That's all for us.
See you soon.